Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rachel. And today we are getting off of the boat a little bit early before we even get to our next port. We're going to be doing the Tracy, Fjord, and Glacial experience through Holland America.
And then after that, we're going to Juneau, where we are going to take you on a little bit of a food and drink tour in downtown Juneau.
Let's go!
Here we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Juneau Day. This is going to be a long, adventurous day.
It is. The ship technically doesn't get into Juneau until like 1:30 this afternoon, but
we are doing a Tracy Fjord Glacier tour. I don't know. It's one of the most expensive excursions we've ever done. I think it's like $280 a person, but we are going to be getting on a catamaran from the ship.
Yeah.
And trying to get as close to the glaciers as possible, see some wildlife, and we got some room service in the back there.
Yeah, they do say to have a hearty breakfast before you go, so we took them seriously.
It's true. Well, and I might even have inserted a scene where I was walking to get coffee at 5:50 this morning to be first in line at Grand Dutch Cafe.
Yeah, I will say, compared to our September or late September cruise the last time we did Alaska, the sun does set later.
It does.
And rises earlier than I remember that trip.
Yeah, we went to bed with the sun up.
Yeah.
We woke up with the sun up at 4:50.
Yeah, it was early morning.
Yeah, this should be fun. Hopefully lots of wildlife, nature, and so much food.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping
Lots
for
of plans for food in Juneau.
Yeah.
See ya. So we've been hanging out, drinking coffee, checking out the weather outside. It's cold. So I think we're gonna overdress with the intent of, like, we're not gonna be too warm.
Dress in layers.
Yeah, so I got a t-shirt, a flannel. I'm probably gonna put a hoodie on and a jacket over the top. The jacket is more of like a 40-50 degree jacket.
Yeah. I'm gonna have this long sleeve like running shirt on with a sweatshirt and a jacket. We're also gonna pack in our little waterproof backpack some rain slickers, just in case it starts raining, because we know for sure those repel the rain.
And 2 pairs of socks.
Yep.
We both have waterproof shoes.
Yeah. I think as long as your head and your feet are warm, you should be good.
Stocking caps too.
We should have that.
Yeah, and when we get dropped off at the ship before we go into Juneau. So our ship should already be in Juneau when we get done with this. So we can come back to the room and peel off layers.
Yeah. Get better prepared for downtown walking.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We are going to be on the ocean near Glacier. It's probably going to be cold.
Yeah, well, it's cold right now outside, so I gotta imagine it's gonna get colder.
Agreed.
Alright, we are on the boat.
We are.
We're
Catamaran.
We're on the top. We're gonna try to stay outside as much as possible.
Yeah.
Good news for us is that this is a hard ticket to come by.
Yeah, so there were 140 for this excursion, and the guy said like 89 on the wait list.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it costs, I think, $290 per person, so it's easily one of the most expensive, but
so far.
Yeah, hopefully we can see a lot of stuff this way and get a lot of Alaska in.
Yes.
And away we go. Located in southeast Alaska, approximately 45 miles from Juneau, Tracy Fjord is a long, narrow, deep-water inlet surrounded by towering cliffs which were carved by thousands of years of glacial activity. Tracy Fjord is primarily accessed by boat or floatplane, adding to the sense of remoteness of the experience. Sheer granite cliffs rise dramatically from the water, in some places reaching over 4,000 feet above sea level. Waterfalls cascade down these cliffs, fed by melting snow and ice. At the head of the fjord are the north and south Sawyer glaciers. Both are tidewater glaciers, meaning they terminate in the ocean and frequently calve icebergs, where large chunks of ice break off and fall into the water. During the summer, icebergs of varying sizes float on the surface of the fjord. It often appears a brilliant blue color due to the way ice crystals refract light. Tracy Fjord is part of the Tongass National Forest and is a haven for wildlife. Visitors may see harbor seals resting on icebergs, bears, humpback whales, eagles, black and brown bears, deer, wolves, and mountain goats. The remoteness of Tracy Arm means that its ecosystems are largely undisturbed, making it a hidden gem compared to more popular tourist attractions.
All right, we are back on the ship. They do drop you off right at the ship.
Yes, because you get off on the ship.
Yes, so you don't even have to go through and, like, we had to show our passport for some reason.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
something
was-
to do with...
Yeah, if U.S. Customs comes on your ship. Anyway, so that's a full 6 hours, a little over 6 hours. From the time that we were in the theater until getting back on, it's over 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up standing outside for the first 2 hours or so.
Yep.
It's freezing.
Cold.
Dress warm.
Yeah.
I know we talked about all that we were going to wear. Probably could have wore more.
Yeah, more layers for sure.
Yeah,
It was
when
so
you
cold.
see 40 degrees in Alaska, it's not 40 degrees like in a normal place. It was cold, it was windy, it was wet.
Say 40 degrees on the water going on a boat.
Yeah.
It was cold.
But the scenery was worth it.
It was very, very pretty.
It was freaking beautiful. You get to a point where you stop counting waterfalls because there's so many.
Yeah.
Legit,
That's the cool part.
Countless waterfalls. The glacier itself was North Sawyer Glacier. It is dirty. And
It's
there's a little
big.
bit of a beach in front of it now.
Yeah, but the beach has not been there. It's
Yeah, it's within the last,
within
3
the last
years.
3 years.
We didn't really see any animals on the way there.
No, but we saw lots of icebergs.
Right.
They're
And
cool.
and on the boat there is seating. I don't think there's enough seating for every single person to be sitting.
And
at
it's
least not comfortable.
Awkwardly seating, like you're
Yeah.
facing each other.
Straight across.
It's weird.
Yeah. But they do have beers, they have sodas, they have some snacks for purchase.
And they have 3 bathrooms on board, so it's you have
And they're
accommodations.
clean.
Yeah, very clean.
Yeah, they were very nice. On the way back. So on the way back, we were saying to ourselves, was this worth it?
Yeah.
Because it was expensive. It was $290 per person.
Yep.
Which is one of the higher priced excursions we've ever done. And we were sitting on the floor drinking a beer, and we said, I don't think it is worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I thought it was neat to be able to go in and see that, whereas like our cruise ship basically just carried on to Juneau.
And we honestly had 2 hours left at that
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
But on the way back, we ended up seeing several whales.
Yeah. Humpbacks for sure. Possibly a gray whale.
Yes. Oh, and we saw some harbor seals
Yeah.
over at the glacier.
Yeah, so we did see a little bit of wildlife, and then we did, like Josh said, mentioned, we did get to see some whales. I would say 5 or 6. The
Yeah.
first time our captain slowed down so you could see him. After that, it was just like
Yeah, we were just
flyby.
like chugging along, and so it's
Yeah.
like, you hope you see them, and hopefully,
Yeah.
and I still was able to get a whale tail on at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But then we suddenly saw our nature guide run up to the captain's area, and she starts jumping up and down and like clapping her hands, and we're like, something's happening.
Yeah.
So like I ran to the front of the ship, and there was a pod of orcas.
Yeah, so we got to see orca whales.
Oh my god.
It was
Yes.
so cool.
So cool. Never seen them before. There was a bunch of them. You could just see
Yeah.
multiple where it seemed like there was a mother and a baby that were like going together, as well as just they were just all over.
Yeah, it was one
was
of the
too
coolest
cool.
experiences ever. Yeah.
Yeah, and at that point we were like, okay,
Now it's worth it.
It's worth it. I'm so
Yeah.
glad we did it. Because the first time we came to Juneau, we did Mendenhall Glacier and
Whale
whale
watching.
watching. And I was saying before that, I was like, I kind of like the dedicated whale watching more.
Mhm.
Even though I didn't get as much scenery. Whereas this time you got the scenery, and then by the time the orcas happened, like, all right, we got all the animals. We got everything we needed.
Yeah.
And that's why our Juneau day is going to be eating and drinking.
Yeah, because
We're good at it.
We didn't get to spend time doing that when we were in Juneau last time.
That's
so
true.
We do want to check out a couple restaurants. One of them we've definitely been there before. There's a couple breweries in town, and I believe there may be a shot in our future because there's some funky shot called
Duck
the Duck
Fart
Fart
coming.
we're supposed to be doing here
Yeah.
in Juneau. So we're actually here till 10 o'clock tonight is all aboard. It is 3:30, almost 4 o'clock now. So we have a few hours.
Yeah, it's 3:48, so
Yeah.
we still have 6 hours though. So we're gonna definitely eat everything off ship, and we really only ate breakfast on the ship, and then we had some jerky.
So we're hungry.
We are ready to eat, and our favorite bite from our last Alaska trip opened up a store here, and that's where we're going first.
Yes.
right, we did say this is one of the things that's bringing us back to Alaska, and they opened one in Juneau.
Yes, Jellyfish Donuts was in Ketchikan.
I think it still is too.
Yes, and we were there like at 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
But today we're here at 3:45.
And they still have the salmon donut. Oh. And we also got a local made strawberry rhubarb one.
That was good.
Is there how will you remember it?
I mean, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's not the first donut, but it is still warm.
Oh, good.
So I do like that. I remember it was like a just good fry bread. And then the salmon. We're not the biggest salmon people.
Yeah.
I love salmon this way though.
Okay, I'm gonna eat. Okay, in addition to salmon donuts, they also have regular donuts. This one was their strawberry rhubarb. They also had like Oreo cookies and cream,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cocoa Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, a lot of donut options. Again, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Not the first donut of the day. Still delicious.
All right, donuts were good. Did they hit the same spot as last time? Not necessarily.
I actually think they were a bit heavier.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like the fry was lighter. I don't know why. Like the dough was lighter.
In the first one, not this one.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how much of that is because it was straight 7:30 in the morning versus now it's 4:15 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But
Or
the
it's
good
a
news,
second location. It's not the original location either.
That's true. And so the good news is we're going to be back in Ketchikan in about 3 days.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to try it there too. So stick around and you'll find out which one we like better.
Deckhand Daves. So it's supposed to be some of the best fish tacos you can get in Alaska. Usually just a food truck, but now it looks like they've kind of done a whole food truck alley because there's Alaskan Crepe Escape up here as well.
Nice.
And Pucker Wilson's. I don't know what that means.
And we're just down the street and it started to rain. So hopefully we can find some shelter. All right, Deckhand Daves is already overperforming. There's 2 different bars. There is an oyster bar, there's a champagne bar. There's an indoor area, there's covered, which is nice. They've got crepes and some other stuff in the back.
I think that had like reindeer sausage from the list I saw in there.
Yeah.
So this used to be, I shouldn't say this used to be, Deckhand Daves itself just used to be like a food truck.
You can see the trailer
itself.
right there.
Yeah, and sometimes they would set up right on the port until that port got pretty built up. And now it looks like they've kind of done a food court area.
Right, and the good news is they also have a bunch of local breweries, which I got a black lager and a white ale.
That black lager is a little intimidating to me.
You'll love it.
And then we got our tacos as well. So we did the sampler. Because we are planning on eating other places, we have rockfish, which I believe is the middle one. There's halibut and battered salmon.
One of the fried is salmon, one of the fried is halibut, and then the rockfish.
And then you can also get your choice of spicy avocado mayonnaise or spicy avocado aioli or crema, or basic avocado aioli or crema. So I went with the spicy. I think I'm gonna guess that's a salmon.
It's hard to tell when they're both fried.
Yeah, but that's my guess.
It does seem like a corn tortilla. There's a nice little slaw on there.
Again, it's supposed to be best fish tacos in Juneau.
You're right, it is a salmon.
Might be the only fish tacos in Juneau, but they're still supposed to be the best.
I doubt it's the only, but they are delicious.
And that's a salmon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a mess, but this is gonna be good.
So this might be a first. I don't know that I've ever had oysters served in a paper boat.
In a boat with
In
a
a boat.
plastic spoon?
Yeah.
I've never had oysters with, well, I have with cheese.
Yeah, oysters Rockefeller comes with cheese.
And then this is butter, so we did half and half.
My question is, sea lime, use a lime, or sea lemon, use a lemon. Is it the same with sea lime, use a lime?
I would say lime on the spicy looking.
Maybe
And
the lime just needs to go in my
butter.
beer. I wouldn't be bad either.
Sure.
And then lemon on the butter ones?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Oh, that's a juicy lemon.
Good. All right, which one are you gonna try?
I'm gonna try the butter.
Oh, you're going with the
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the
normal one.
easy one. Alaskan oysters, Josh says. I said, are they?
Well, that's what the sign says.
Yeah. Ooh, they're hot, steaming hot.
Good.
You know, we had some really good raw oysters in Vancouver. Those cooked ones with the butter are like savory and melty and like warm your soul on a cool rainy day, which is perfect. Can I try the spicy one too?
They do raw as well. It costs a little bit more for the grilled, and it's cold.
Yeah.
You know, I do like that you can see the steam coming off of that.
Yeah, they're warm.
Ooh.
Whoa. Okay, totally different texture, totally different mouthfeel than the warmed butter ones. Holy Moses. Hotness.
Is it hot?
Oh my God, it's so hot. But it tastes good. It's got a good flavor to it. I thought the rockfish tacos were hot. No, they don't stand up to those oysters.
By the way, the halibut tacos were the best ones.
Absolutely.
By far.
So good.
Get the halibut.
If you haven't figured this out yet, this is a eating and drinking tour of Juneau downtown. Devil's Club Brewing next.
All right, Devil's Club Brewing was good.
Yeah, we did a flight. I ended up with
And a full.
sour, a saison, and a Belgium
Heavy blonde.
heavy blonde. It was too heavy for me.
Ooh, it's thick.
Yeah, but the saison was amazing.
It was.
It was my favorite.
Second favorite was the one that we did a full-size pour, which was the
Sour?
sour wheat.
Yeah, it was
Never
super
really had that, but
tasty.
it was two things that we enjoy. So it's probably time to either grab something to eat or grab a shot. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
Juneau, what happens?
Next. All right, so when you're in Juneau, the Red Dog Saloon is the place to go. It's packed in here. There is a duck fart. No sipping, no sharing. Knock that shit back. Quack, quack.
Quack, quack, knock that shit back.
Yes. And I'm glad Josh is doing it. He took one for the team.
I think it's decent, actually.
Is it?
It was heavy on the crown, is what the waitress said, and I agree with that.
So I'm going to tell my viewers here that sometimes you just have to know your limits. And Rachel knows her limits. She is
Apparently,
not
I
doing
don't
her
know
shot.
my limits. Cheers to that. This is reindeer sausage pizza, which they do by half orders.
So we just heard this big bell ring, and our waitress said the whole bar gets a shot, a duck fart shot. So Josh is getting a second duck fart.
So somebody bought a round? Quack,
Yeah,
quack.
they ring the bell. That means the entire bar got a round.
That's an
That's
expensive
insane.
round.
Those
Knock
are
that shit
$8.50 a piece. I got a beer
I think it's even easier the second time.
because you're drunk.
And they have a souvenir shop too. Rachel did do the pint where you buy the glass for $15. Rachel's just grabbing it over there.
So you souvenir pint, you get your choice. This one or the one with the dog. I kind of like the dog better.
So that's more
What
of
do
a
you think?
classic one.
Yeah.
And this is
Kind of
updated,
feisty.
funky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with feisty.
All right, that was more enjoyable than I expected it to be.
Me too, but I'm glad we're here later in the afternoon because like 10 or 11 or even 1 in the afternoon would be
Right.
weird.
It was a lot of fun, very fun atmosphere. I had 2 duck farts and a beer. You had 2 beers and a pizza.
But the cool part is they rang the bell for the duck farts and she actually gave me my beer for free.
Yeah.
It is the same price as a duck fart. Those duck farts are $8.50.
I can't imagine doing the ring the bell where you pay for it a whole round for the whole bar.
That bar is like always going to be packed.
Yeah, that place was busy.
Good on that lady for doing that. But I think it's time for dinner.
I think I'm ready to eat.
I don't know if we've talked about it yet this video, but we are in Holland America Koningsdam.
And you should show like our room should be right above that.
It's either that one or that one.
Yeah.
We aren't really sure.
We definitely know it's one of the ones with the glass.
Yeah, but it's like the perfect location for Juneau.
Yeah.
Like heart of downtown area. You can't beat it. We are not walking probably more than 3 blocks away.
I was gonna say max a mile.
Oh, not even. But we'll see. Anyway.
I haven't even hit my 7,500 steps yet, so you're probably right.
That's true. And, you know, Juneau is an amazing port. If you don't enjoy Juneau, I don't know what you're doing.
It was the reason we decided to come back to Alaska.
Facts. And so far it's living up to it.
Agreed.
All right, so we talked about doing this tram. It is about $50 a person.
If
and
we wouldn't have done an excursion, we maybe have done it.
Yeah, if we didn't do the other one, I could understand that. But for the view and some hiking, we stood on our feet for about 6 hours.
And today, it's actually a good day to do it. When we were here last time, it was so foggy, I would have not recommended
That's true. We couldn't even see it go up halfway. Yeah. But this, yes, we can do that. All right, Tracy's king crab. The beer battered shrimp is freaking amazing. We loved it the last time, but don't worry.
We got 3 crab.
We got 3 pounds of king crab.
You want me to try the crab?
You might as well check that out. Oh, look at that.
Well, it came out nice and easy.
Well, that part did. They do give you some splitters. Go all the way.
I don't need to.
Shoot, look at that.
Oh my God.
Is it
That's
good?
so fucking good. That is the perfect sweetness. I just told Josh earlier this week that I'm not necessarily a lobster girl, but you put a crab leg in front of me, I'm gonna inhale it. I'm gonna eat the shit out of that. How about those shrimp?
As you should. All right, this shrimp is hot AF. Delicious, nice, crispy, light batter.
It looks light.
Fresh shrimp.
And they got a good cold brew.
Yeah, they got local beers.
Place.
Check this out. We found our limit.
It's about 3 pounds of crab.
3 pounds of crab after all that other stuff. But
I am so full.
It's only 8:35.
And it's still so light out.
It is. Look at this.
It's bright.
It's bright out.
Yeah.
So
there's one more brewery in town.
Yeah, we should probably head to it. It's the biggest one, I think.
Yeah.
Alaskan Brewing Company, which
I've
seen those for years.
Yeah, and the last time we were here, they're closed for the season. So
I think we're gonna wrap up over there. But at this moment, Rachel, what's your favorite moment of today?
So my favorite moment of the day is pretty simple, or I would think it's pretty simple. It was seeing the orcas.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
We were kind of assuming we were done with the trip,
yeah.
And oh wow, it just stunned us.
Yeah, the second moment of the day is we were recognized by a couple of our viewers in the first brewery we went to, and that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Being recognized outside of Las Vegas is something we're not used to, so that was pretty cool. But the orcas, mind blown.
Blowing.
Yeah.
And then best bite of today, it's gotta be Tracy's, right?
Crab legs, duh.
Duh. I mean,
like if you're not eating crab legs here,
don't get me
you're
wrong.
crazy.
That was $220, $250 worth of crab.
Yeah.
It should be good, and it was.
It was delicious.
So, on that note, we're gonna go have a beer at Alaskan Brewing Company, and probably head to bed immediately afterwards.
Yeah, we got another busy day tomorrow in Skagway.
Yeah, we're hopping on a train.
And we're catching, they have 3 breweries, minimum 3 breweries in Skagway. So you know we're catching some breweries.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a good time. So hopefully you come along with us. If you're enjoying our videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. All our links are down below. Later!